Old Lady Gang has a problem. Is Shawndreca trying to actively destroy the restaurant? And why so much disrespect for Brian? I have some new information that may answer those questions and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about. And it centers around the rumors that Shawndreca may be actively trying to destroy OLG. And why so much disrespect for Brian? I have some new information that may answer those questions and more. And here it goes. So kinfolk, as the old saying goes, if you invite a clown into a castle, the clown does not become a king. The castle becomes a circus. And as we know, once the circus has run its course, it packs up and it leaves town. Now, I'm not calling Shawndreca a clown. I'm just saying that she exhibited some clown-like behavior. And what do I mean by that? It seems that Shawndreca is actively trying to destroy OLG from within. Now, maybe she is not doing it intentionally, but it comes off that way. And I'm not sure if she understands it or sees it in that way. Prime example number one. When you criticize your place of employment so actively, then it makes people think, are you really there to support the restaurant establishment or are you there to tear it down? You know, you're always supposed to give constructive criticism when you're in your place of employment. But Shawndreca is not doing that. It's this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And at least the cameras are not saying that the things she's suggesting that could fix those issues. Or at least the camera's not showing us that she said those things. But here's one thing that I've asked one of my sources about Kandi and Shawndreca's relationship. My sources told me that everyone knows that Shawndreca is a hard worker at OLG. She has been there from the beginning. And my sources tell me that that is the problem. Kandi is very loyal to a fault. Almost blindly loyal. Because the things my sources say Shawndreca is doing are things that are detrimental to the restaurant, its growth, and Kandi's brand. Sources say that this is not the first time someone has, taken a hit towards Kandi and Kandi takes the high road. Because my sources say Kandi is a very strategic thinker and she really picks and chooses her battles very wisely. And that's what makes her a successful businesswoman. But for me, it's kind of frustrating because the thing that Shawndreca has done and is said about the restaurant, I kind of feel like it doesn't appear that she wants to be there. It just seems like she wants to be there to complain. Now, I still feel like the way Phil approached Shawndreca the first time they met was still inappropriate. I still think the way that they handled each other he handled her was still inappropriate. But on this last episode, we saw them kind of have like a little moment where they were talking and they were able to have a professional conversation without any back and forth. But I will say this, going forward, I'm very interested in seeing tonight how Shawndreca reacts to Todd and Kandi bringing her the information of the things that she said about the restaurant. Because I didn't like that behavior where she said it, but didn't admit that she had said it. Or she tried to act like she didn't say it. To me, that's a very dangerous person to have on your team and inside your castle, inside your empire as you're trying to build it up. But kinfolk, let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. And also, what is it with the disrespect for Brian? I was extremely angry at the way they treated Brian on these last couple of episodes. It seems as if no one is not sensitive or compassionate to the things that he has gone through over those past several couple of months since leaving OLG. And it seems as if they are trying to actively get rid of Brian. Why? I'm not sure. But he brought up some very valid points. And it goes back to the way Philip manages the restaurant. You can't send somebody home without telling them exactly what they're doing. And every time he asks Philip, what did I do? And Philip would just say this right here, this. And what you saw from Brian was frustration, because you're telling me that I'm doing something wrong, but you can't verbalize what it is I'm doing wrong. And I was very disappointed in Don Juan when Don Juan sat there and pretty much told Brian that, this is your manager, and you have to do what he says no matter how he says it, in so many words. And Don Juan was trying to make Brian see what Philip was coming from, and I'm like, Brian, I can't see what you mean by that, because he's not coming from any place. He's not actively or verbally telling me what it is that I did wrong. And so when Brian got suspended, I was very upset about that, because it seems as if it's a bully campaign against Brian. I'm not sure what he's done before he left, or some things that he might have done behind the scenes that's not been caught on camera, but it seems like it was a gang up on Brian. And everything he's been through those past couple of months before filming, it really made me feel bad for him, because here you are, he's trying to get back into a place of familiarity with his co-workers, trying to get back to his happy place, but then you keep beating down on him, you keep hitting him, and you keep putting your foot on his neck for no apparent reason. There are a lot of good points he had. If you're in management, you can't tell us to do one thing while you're doing something else. And it makes perfectly good sense. And the last thing is this. I really hate how OLG's management operates. And it goes from Todd, Don Juan, and Philip. Just because you are the manager, the lead floor manager, the owner, or whatever, that does not give you the license to just talk to people any kind of way and expect them to just take it just because you are in a place of authority. That just does not make sense to me, and it's very frustrating when they go back to that logic. Todd does it almost every episode. When Don Juan is in a scene, he repeats it, and Philip does it all the time. Just because you are my superior does not mean that you can talk to me any kind of way, and I'm not supposed to respond. I'm supposed to take it and move on. That's not good leadership skills, and I can see why they go through a lot of managers, because what they're probably not showing us is that other managers probably came in with that same type of bravado, and the employees just they revolted. They were like, no, we're not going to talk to us like that. It's either us or them. And they really have to change that culture of how they talk to the employees at OLG. That's the biggest problem. I can't wait for this episode tonight to see if they correct anything. I can't wait to see this episode tonight to see if Shawndreca is going to be able to right her ship, because what she did last week was completely foul. But kinfolk, if you have been watching OLG, I definitely suggest you give it a try. It's very good entertainment. It really is a family show. It's a family show. The family can watch it. There are some scenes, but it really is a family show. But kinfolk, if you enjoyed this video, as always, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.